Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're doing a tag. So earlier when I was getting ready for the day, I had this idea to do a houseplant tag, and I did search on YouTube to see if this already existed because I thought it has to exist already. And there is a houseplant tag out there, but it's a very different one. It's more about the grower of the plants rather than the plants. So I'm gonna call this one the new houseplant tag. It's 10 questions all about your plants, and I'll list all the questions in the description box and in a comment. So in case you want to answer these, I would love to hear your answers for all of these questions. And yeah, let's just get started. So the first question is, what is your newest plant? And my newest one is this. I know. I don't really know what this is called. Well, I guess on the side it says Trichondiadema densum? I don't know. It's a little tiny succulent. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute when I saw it at the store, and then it had this pink flower on it here, but now the flower died. It just looks like a scary spider. I don't know. I thought it was really cute. It just has these tiny little little bursts of little spines on the ends. They're not really pokey. They're just kind of there. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute, but now that I have it, I'm like, this is another reason why I have to do a no buy, because I'm like, I'll just buy it because I wanted to buy something, you know what I mean? But it's cute, I guess. I don't know. It's my newest plant anyway. Next question is oldest plant. So my oldest plant is this. This is a kalanchoe, and I've actually had this longer than I've been into plants. My boyfriend had got me a little thing for Valentine's Day. It was like a little cute planter that I still haven't used, but it had this plant in it, and I guess I didn't even expect myself to keep the plant, but I kept seeing it there and I felt bad for it, so I still have it. And I mean, this is what it looks like now. It's not doing much, but I can't bring myself to let it go. So this is definitely my oldest plant. I want to say it's 4 years old, maybe? Yeah, it's my oldest plant. He's hanging on. Next question, most expensive, and I'm sure most of you guys can guess what this one is. It's my Monstera constellation. This one was $199. Yes, very, very expensive for anything, let alone a plant. I bought this from Wild Interiors from Walmart.com. I love it so much. I never in a million years would have thought that I could buy a plant on Walmart and be really happy with it. But it grew a new leaf. This is the newest leaf, and it's putting out this leaf right here. And it looks like it does have some fenestrations in it too, the little splits in it. I love this plant a lot. I never thought I would actually own it. And I love where I have it now because it's standing pretty much straight up. It's getting a lot of really good light, and I think it's doing really, really well. But yeah, definitely my most expensive plant by a mile, something like that. I have no energy today. I mustered up all the energy I have for the whole day to do this video because I'm pretty sure I have the flu, but I really wanted to do this. So if I'm low energy, that is why. Next question, smallest plant. So, I brought in, I was like, what did I already get? I brought in these. I don't know if these count as smallest plant, but they're definitely my succulent propagations. Do these count as a plant? So I have all of these little succulent leaves just sitting on top of some soil here. I just kind of tried this out one day because, I don't know, I had all these leaves. I didn't want them to go to waste. And when you kind of just let them sit in the soil, a new tiny little plant will start growing off of the tip of the old leaf. Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever seen? And a lot of these are growing. They do take forever to grow. Like, you'll start seeing tiny little roots growing, but for it to grow this little plant, it takes months and months and months. So now I kind of understand why succulents are expensive for what they are, because it probably took a really long time for it to grow that big. Even like the smaller ones, it probably took a year for them to grow that big. So now I kind of understand why, but these are definitely my smallest plants. I don't really know if I'm gonna do anything with these, if I'm actually gonna pot them up or anything, but I kind of just like having them here and like seeing them grow. They're kind of cute. Next question, sentimental, my most sentimental plant. So I have one sentimental plant here, and I know it doesn't look very good. It's a peace lily. My grandma bought me this, and I don't even know if she remembers buying me this. We were at Home Depot and she was like, everybody needs a peace lily. and I love this plant. I've loved it for a long time, but I don't know what's wrong with it. Like right before the video, I probably cut off 5 leaves. I really don't know what's wrong with this, because I have some other peace lilies that are really easy, but this one seems to be a little bit fussy for a peace lily. The leaves, which I had one here that I left on to show you, they get like this crispy tip here. Is that because I'm letting it dry out all the way? I'm not sure. Maybe I should stop doing that, because I do kind of let it get dry, and I probably shouldn't. But my grandma bought me this, and I have loved it for a very long time. It's what made me like really love peace lilies. And it is a little fussy, but it might just be my fault. But yeah, my most sentimental there for sure. Most recent casualty. So I thought my most recent casualty was going to be the Hoya croniana Super Silver, because I'm pretty sure he did. But when I was sitting on the couch a minute ago, I happened to see on the coffee table on the bottom shelf, I saw this. I saw this poor thing. This used to be a fern, of course, called bird's nest fern. And yeah, kind of forgot about this one. But I do remember buying this because I wanted this pot from Urban Jungle. I think this is kind of a nice pot. And the plant, I want to say this whole thing together was $10, which is a heck of a deal. But yeah, kind of forgot about the plant there. But what are you gonna do? It's another fern. He was bound to die anyway. Okay, next question. What is your easiest plant? And I have a lot of plants that are really easy. I think plants are a lot easier than people kind of make them out to be. Obviously, I say that, but then I have a peace lily here that's like, doesn't know what he's doing. But I have a plant here that is way easier than it looks. And it is the Scindapsus pictus exotica. This plant looks like it would be super, I don't know, it just looks really exotic and fancy and cool, and it looks like it would take a lot of care and like a humidifier. I don't know, like if I had seen this just from afar before I knew anything about Scindapsus, I would have thought this was going to be a really difficult plant, but it's so easy. This is definitely one on the same level of ZZ plant that you could just go forever without watering it, and it will bounce back perfectly fine. So I let this one get all the way dry, and then I let the leaves wrinkle up and like curl up and roll up before I water it. And this one I just watered a couple of days ago, so it's kind of heavy with water. But this one is super easy. I have a whole video on Scindapsus pictus exotica, so I will link that down below in case you want to see more about it. But definitely one of the easiest plants I have, and one you can go, I don't know, a month or longer without watering it. It's just super easy and not as difficult as it looks. On the other hand, the next question is fussiest plant. And of course, right away I was like, okay, what about calatheas? What about a couple alocasias that are really difficult or like just kind of confusing for me? But a plant that I have here that is way fussier than it needs to be for what it is the pothos enjoy. Like, why did they name this enjoy? There's nothing to enjoy about this plant. Yes, it looks cool, but it is so difficult to take care of, and it should not be. Like, why is it a pothos then if it's so difficult? This plant just constantly dies, constantly gets these like soft, see-through, mushy leaves. This used to be a hanging basket, like a big, beautiful one, and this is all that's left of it. It's in desperate need of water, but even then I'm like, do I even want to keep this plant? Do I want to keep it? I probably will. Actually, you know what I might do is end up cutting it all and putting it in water and see if I can grow it that way. But this is the fussiest plant that I have. Just constantly dies. It doesn't want anything from you. You can never do anything right. And I think I might just cut it all up and put it in water at this point, because it's driving me crazy. Next question, my favorite plant and pot combo. So when I first thought of that question, this is the first plant that came to mind. Ooh, it is a Marble Queen pothos in a terracotta pot. But there's something about the way that this plant grows, like I can't even fit it all into the frame. Let me try. I don't know what it is about how it's growing, because it's growing like tall and then to the sides as well. But it's in this terracotta pot that has a beautiful patina on it. And I know some people don't like the patina that the pot gets. It gets this from your water. So the terracotta is going to wick away moisture from your plant. So the water is going to absorb into the terracotta, and it kind of, you know, all the minerals and stuff that are in your water, it kind of seeps into the pot. And I have some pots that have none of this on them, and some they get a lot. So this one I think has like the perfect amount. I think it looks so cool. But then this plant just looks awesome. So I love this one. I go look at it all the time. It's sitting on the table in my living room. I don't know what's up with this leaf though. It got like a weird crispy spot there. Might cut that off. But the rest of the plant looks so good, and I love it in this pot a lot. I love terracotta. It's just always my go-to when it comes to pots because I love how they change over time, and they all kind of look different. Like even with this one that had the Thai constellation in it, also getting some patina on it, but nothing up here, just all the way on the bottom. So I mean, I guess a little up here. But yeah, I love it. And they all look really unique too. I love them. And then the last question is, what is a plant you will always own? So I have a lot of plants that I would love to always own, but there's one in particular, my #1 favorite, and it's this. If you have been on my channel for a long time or since the beginning, you probably know this plant, Charlie, my creeping Charlie. This isn't the original, well I guess it is the original Charlie. These are all cuttings from that plant because that plant died. I was so sad about it, but I'm pretty sure it had root rot, and I'm pretty sure obviously it was all my own fault. I put it in too big of a pot. I also didn't know what I was doing with repotting, and I think I had it in too big of a pot for how small the roots were. And it just all turned gray one day. It was the weirdest thing. So I cut off all the good parts of the leaves that were still left, and this is all of them. It's grown a lot since then, but I put them in a little cup of water, and it took a really long time to grow roots. Like they were growing so slowly, but I finally was able to pot it up, and it's growing a lot. It's doing really well. And before you know it, it's going to be another big, beautiful Charlie. I just love this plant so much. The shape of the leaves, the little scalloping here, the color, the glossiness. This is one of those plants you don't even have to clean because the leaves always just stay so glossy. It's super easy. I could have this outside in the direct sun. I could have it in the shade. I could let it dry out all the way. I can overwater it. Like this is the easiest plant that I have. I guess it's one of the easiest plants I have as well, but always one that I will definitely always own. I love this one so much. And that is it. That is the new houseplant tag. I will list out all these questions in a comment down below. I would love to hear your answers for these questions. Just leave me a comment letting me know what your answers are. I would love to hear from you. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to miss the next one. And I will see you later in another video with definitely more energy, I promise. Goodbye.